Hi, pals. Hi, pals, and welcome to the Disneyland Paris Show. Here's your hosts, Lucie, Chris, and Hugh. Gosh. And now, Disneyland Paris News.
Toon Studio, what's that saying? Toon Studio is being rebranded to Worlds of Pixar.
Rhythms of the Pride's Lands will return in October 21st.
Rumours have surfaced about the future of annual passes at Disneyland Paris.
Are we done now?
Yeah. Look, guys, we've had a time of it. I'm sure you know this because we're late onto the live stream. Poor quality. We're on the iPad instead of the laptop. Should we reenact what was happening when we plugged into the live onto the laptop?
Yeah, it was going.
It was pretty disconcerting, I've got to say.
Yeah.
That was... So we might keep this short because we don't have the correct setup.
But we will keep this short because we have to be up at 5:45 in the morning. Why do we have to be up at 5:45?
I don't know.
I don't know who I'm asking.
I think we're going somewhere.
I should be asking the questions. I don't know. Why do you have to be up at 5:45?
We're just early risers.
We are going to Manchester Airport to get on an aeroplane to Disneyland Paris, where we will be live in the parks.
That's exciting.
It is, isn't it? It's super exciting. I've had a mental busy day because I, in particular, have been extremely unprepared for this holiday, which is very, very, very unlike me. So I've been sewing masks and making Tinkerbell shoes and printing off documents and packing and blowing the tyres up in my car and all that kind of thing. And I'm afraid that amongst many other things led to us running very late when it came to this. And then we had technology issues.
Yeah.
We would have been on time if not for this technology.
Yeah.
On the plus side, though, guys, I have one of our new microphones, and my voice
it's so
sounding
sexy.
smooth.
Yeah. We are sounding like we are in a tin can at the bottom of a well.
Yes.
You do a little bit, but it's quaint. It's novel.
Yeah.
Let's get on to the news, shall we?
Go on, then.
So, Worlds of Pixar.
Yeah, I was going on Twitter when this broke a couple of days ago. A couple of days ago or yesterday even. Just complaining about the name.
I'm not overly offended by the name.
It's the worlds of Pixar. It's really clunky. Even World of Pixar would have been better. I understand there are different worlds, but Worlds of Pixar is really it doesn't trip off the tongue, does it?
I get why they've done it, because they've got the Avengers bit coming, they've got potentially Star Wars coming, they've got Frozen Land coming. It makes sense that they're trying to compartmentalize all the Pixar stuff into one place in that kind of way. But yeah, it's kind of saying it's a world, but it's more than one world, and it doesn't kind of work, does it?
Well, I was wondering, and I couldn't find it anywhere on the internet, if there was a French version of the title where it was like
that's what I was looking for as well.
Pixar, and I thought that might explain it because it translates fairly easily. But I couldn't see that there was. I certainly couldn't find a graphic for it. If there is,
Pixar to le monde. Pixar for the world. That would be better.
Pixar for the world. I would have liked that.
I'd like that.
In the studios in Florida, it was Pixar Place for a while, wasn't it? But I think that's kind of been half abandoned now. Toy Story Land's there, but that's quite a good name. I to be honest, it hadn't twigged with me. I thought the name was fine.
I mean, it's not massively important, is it? Because it's just referencing like the areas, the Pixar areas, but it's not like a big deal, that name, is it? No. I'm not even sure how much they're going to use it on, maps and branding. I don't know.
I think One of the problems they've had over at the studios is that everything is so fragmented, and it always has been. It's never flowed. It's never been. And they do call it production courtyard, Toon Studio. Do we care or no? Most people don't know that they stood in Toon Studio. You know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense. Now, I quite like this because this is what this bit is and this is why. And that's all they needed, really. And then anything else they do in that area, it's going to be Pixar, and it's going to be Pixar because it's in the worlds of Pixar. Now, the outlier at the moment is the flying carpets.
That's what Six Tulips was just saying. Does that mean Aladdin's magic carpet will fly away?
And
I think
there's the theatres as well, though, and all that stuff kind of sits along the back of it all, doesn't it? If you think
You
about
know-
it from there, from Aladdin's carpets right across to Studio D, in a line there, all that stuff, that's all away from the Pixar bit and away from the Marvel stuff, so it kind of fits, kind of works.
Apart from the Monsters Inc. photo.
Yeah, apart from that.
That interrupts the flow a bit.
that is a shame. Do you know what it made me think of? You know when they do gerrymandering on political maps and you get these weird wiggly shapes? It's like someone was drawing a line around Pixar World and went, "We'll have all that," and it went, "A little bit of this, but not that, and we'll go around there to that." But I personally think that Aladdin's magic carpets days are numbered. I hope they are. If they're pouring all this money into a revamp of that park, it is a lift and shift fairground ride with a really
Do you know what I do with it?
pointless overlay.
No, great overlay, fantastic overlay. You do up, and you make it the airplanes and the dogs. There you go, done. Simple.
Très bien,
Yeah.
Christophe.
Or just have them be the sequels from Finding Nemo.
Yeah, and there's a button that you can press and it keeps going, mine.
Mine. You just know, though, that they're looking at this now and they're thinking, oh, I wish we could go back and just have a better idea of how this was going to pan out. Just a better planet.
But I have hope.
What it does do, though, being worlds of Pixar, is it means it doesn't matter so much that you've got the Cars Route 66, then all of Toy Story, and then another Cars attraction, because it doesn't matter if they're mixed up now. Whereas it was a bit weird, I think. The idea of it was a bit weird, but now they've brought it together in that way, it's a bit more acceptable.
Exactly. And they're also they're adding some of these like photo selfie spots, but have you seen them where you can stand in front of Buzz Lightyear's wings and they're quite cool and crayonish, and once they've decided this is the world of Pixar, they can put them anywhere. They can put them on any fence anywhere. They don't have to stick to Toy Story Land. And I think it's probably quite freeing, you know, and it means that they can stick I'm trying to think of another Pixar, a Bug's Life attraction randomly between the Cars one and the Toy Story if they want to.
Yeah.
So I think long term it's a good thing.
As a Dunn family say, it could be a return to a Pizza Planet in the entrance to
Oh,
nice, wouldn't it?
please.
studios. It would, yeah.
Yeah.
Buzz is
Right.
out of place now, of course.
Yeah.
Completely out of place.
Oh, in
'Cause
the
that's the funny thing. Have you been on their website? So on the DLP website, there's a Worlds of Pixar section, and it's broken into sections of attractions, restaurants, and then other attractions or something like that. And in the other attractions, but you don't just have to go here. You can go pretty much everywhere across either parks, and you can still find Pixar stuff. And then it just kind of points out all these other places that you can go, which kind of renders it a little bit pointless, doesn't it? Doesn't it?
It depends how separate you see the two parks, really.
And it says it talks about restaurants and it mentions Chez Remy, and that's it. And then it says, and you can get other snacks as well. And it shows a Croc McQueen and shortbreads, Toy Story shortbreads, and that's it. Just two things.
But it doesn't show
No cheese, no
diced
cheesy
vegetables in
no.
cheese. I have half a mind to get that this week, you know, just to see. In fact, I think I will. That could be.
I saw something earlier. Is it called Inside DLP Castle or something? The Facebook page, and they had one of the princess cupcakes, and the person who'd written the post had put, I was a bit shocked by the cream cheese ganache in the inside of it because it's a laughing cow ganache inside. I'm not sure that'll go
Oh,
down.
they're eking that.
Are they just shoving laughing cow cheese in everything?
It's the new Nutella.
They should mix them together. It might be quite good, that.
I know there'll be a Nutella laughing cow cheesecake before you know it.
Caitlin's got a good idea, which is doing a Pizza Planet rocket in place of the carpets. You know, an alien saucers ride.
Yeah.
Swirling saucers, but actually that flies. Flying saucers, it would be called, wouldn't it? Yeah. Ooh.
Very good. Right, Rhythm of the Pride Lands. I mean, this is just a show and it's given a Rhythms of the Pride Lands. Is that okay?
Worlds of Pixar's Rhythms of the Pride Lands.
The reason I found this newsworthy was simply it's out of season. I mean, it's just a show and it's coming back. Fabulous. We're all happy about that. I don't know. Are we that happy about that? It was all right, wasn't it? But
well, it was cut short last year, wasn't it? Because of everything. So I don't think it's a bad thing for it to come back.
Yeah.
People like a bit of Circle of Life when they go to Disneyland. It's
coming back separate from its own season. It was very much part of and worked very well in the Jungle and Festival of the Jungle and the Lion King.
Festivals of the Jungles and the Lions Kings.
Yeah, the Jungle Festival. It worked great with that, and it was very, very in keeping with a lot of things. Now, as a show on its own, it's just a show, and I don't feel it's got the power and the longevity of something like the Frozen Sing-Along or the Enchanted Forest one or anything like that. But I mean, they're giving jobs to equity members and they're filling a theatre. And maybe they're in a situation where they can't produce and rehearse a brand new show, which I can thoroughly understand. Audition for a new show, just recall the actors you've got, put it on. Now then, I think we might have a question regarding this.
Have we?
I
wasn't. But it looks nice. So
I thought you wanted to do what's in your tiki cup.
I can do that if you want. Is it a good time? People like
it's just water. It's just water.
Does that mean I'm not playing
it? Tonight.
Wow.
Play it.
I'm playing it. Come on. We owe it to people because we were late.
They expect it.
Hey, ole, it's showtime. Hold together. Your tiki cup in your tiki cup. Well, you made yourself a beverage. I'll drink it up from your tiki cup.
There we go.
Milk. No, it's water.
It's still water. I've got dilute orange juice, but I have it, as we know, so ridiculously weak that it looks like pasty water.
Oh, very healthy wee.
Yeah, okay.
Right. Annual passes. Now, this is a breaking news / rumour that has come in an article by DLP Report, and we do want to credit them in this because this is their investigation and their breakdown of what they know.
And if it doesn't turn out to be true, it's their fault.
Yes, because I just want to make this clear straight off the bat. This hasn't been announced. DLP Report have lots of surveys have been sent out over the last year regarding what people would like to see from annual passes. And I think basically DLP Report managed to get hold of a breakdown of the replies and what Disneyland Paris plan on doing with that. Mm-hmm. Chris, could you possibly link the article below for any when we
of course
put
I
this
can.
up on YouTube? Yeah, because it really is a good read, and I don't want to do it an injustice. So that would be fantastic. Anyway, it looks like a number of possibilities, and possibly all of these possibilities are being considered. So number one is to sell packs of tickets. Okay, so you'd buy like 15-day tickets for a set amount, but you couldn't use them on 2 consecutive days. Now, this would work well for someone who lived within 100 miles of Disneyland Paris, within a kind of, you can go a few times a year for a day trip. You might not get, 30 times a year like some of the annual passes do. You're not bothered about staying in hotels and going on holiday. but you don't get any discounts, you don't get any perks. You just get a pack of tickets. So that's the first one. Now, the second one is just selling a benefit card, which just gives you the 10% off dining, 10% off merch, half price parking, etc. It gives you the benefits that you would get with the annual pass without the actual annual pass. So what you very often get, which is what we do, is people go on holiday for 4 days but they buy the annual pass to get the discount without the intention of necessarily using the annual pass again that year. Well, we do use ours, but we understand the logic of doing that. So they've worked out they can save money that way. So I think it's trying to get around that. And then annual passes, they look like they're going to be very, very similar, but what you've got, I'm trying to read all this at the same time. What you've got then is an ultra premium annual pass, which looks like it will cost thousands and thousands of euros. And that's basically going to give you VIP seating for shows, VIP guides, conference pre-premieres.
You get a vial of Walt Disney's blood as well, I believe.
Yeah, that's it. You get a seat on the board of directors. No, you don't. You just get everything you could possibly imagine. You get your own lounge, selective clubs. I'm trying to skim read this as we go. You get 365 days a year, which none of the other passes would get. So at the moment we have the Infinity Pass, which is the most expensive. That's 450, and it's a big price jump from Magic Plus that we get. That is about 300 euros. It's then 50% more to go Infinity. And I think they only give you 10 extra days that aren't blacked out, but they give you a lot more discounts, a lot more perks. And it's not that. It's way beyond that. Okay, you're talking everything you can possibly imagine in this. So what do you think, guys? What do you think about breaking it up in that way? You've read the article, haven't you, Chris?
I have, yeah. So we chatted very, very briefly, didn't we, about this on Messenger, and said no, save it for the weekend. And I think it's interesting, but I think it's all a bit of hearsay at the moment, and just because there's all these different suggestions doesn't mean they're going to trial all of them. But as I was saying to you the other day, if they don't try things, you never know whether they work or not. So it makes sense that they're looking at different opportunities and different ways of doing things. There's obviously a feeling somewhere around Disney that things need to change in the ways in which they charge people for things and how they manage it, whether that's to do with getting more money or whether that's to do with managing finances in a better way or making more choices for people, that sort of stuff. That's still to be seen, I think. But ultimately, if they don't try things, they're never going to know whether they work or not. You have to make mistakes because that's where you learn, isn't it?
That's it, and suck it and see, as they say. So how popular would it be if they offered this? How many people would pay that 2,000 euros for that pass? Some people would, but I don't think it's meant to be a mass sale. I think it's meant to be the creme de la creme. I would just be very nervous if they mess too much with the actual current existing annual pass system, because I think they used to be ridiculously cheap. And they had this massive price jump about 5 years ago, maybe 3 or 4 years ago. But I think the balance between perks, blackout days and price seems really quite fair. I mean, maybe I'm saying that as someone who buys them, but I'm thinking, I said to you, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Now, I get what you're saying about try the ticket packs. Try selling just the benefit cards. I get all that, but it's the product they've actually got. If they start stripping that or bumping the price too high, they're really I feel they'll ultimately lose out.
What they're going to do,
because it's a very popular product at the moment.
What they're doing though is that, like the packs, you would imagine that there's a bunch of people who have annual passes at the moment who go for the day 5, 6 times a year, 10 times a year, whatever. And if they can buy packs to do that and get the same value for money or better value for money because they're not getting the perks, but they can go for a cheaper price, then that's going to appeal to those people, which means that they can maybe reduce the lower end of the annual pass as it is at the moment. You've got this whole idea of this big super pass that deals with the elite and the people that none of us know because we don't walk in those whatever it is we don't walk in those with those kind of people. But you'd think the middle ground would stay something the same. It just means that there's the opportunity for them to charge a bit more for it. That's what I would say.
Well, we hope. I think the packs of tickets just counts out UK residents full stop because you can't use them on 2 consecutive days. For example, it would make sense for a UK resident who plans on doing 2 4 or 5 day trips a year to get an annual pass.
You could go for a fortnight to Paris and not necessarily go to Disney every single day. So there is the opportunity to go have 3 days in a week where you go there. They just don't happen to be one after another. They could be a day apart, each one of them, couldn't they? So there is ways that you could use it, and it could be a benefit to some people. But yeah, I think you're right. It does rule out a lot of people, not just in the UK, but across Europe as well, I would have thought. Yeah,
there will be circumstances, but as you bog standard UK visitor, like you say, I don't think so. So, I mean, these are the surveys they've been sending out. They know their audience, they know the target, and I'll be really interested to see how it works out. I just want to get ours bought and paid for another year in the next 48 hours before they change anything. Don't change it.
I like the idea of the benefits type package thing, though. I know, like, a lot of football clubs have membership these days where you don't get a ticket, but you get certain benefits by being one, but you also then get the opportunity to purchase tickets at which you are like at earlier times or whatever. And I'm guessing it would work in a similar way. You might get discounts when you do buy tickets or whatever as part of that benefit, but you also get other things. It makes you part of a club, and I think people like to be part of a club. So I can see that diehard fans that can't afford an annual pass would possibly think about doing things like that because it makes you feel part of it. So that side of it, I think, is a really good idea.
A retirement gift, perhaps, says Mark C in the chat.
Yeah, indeed.
Retirement gift.
Is that a hint?
Yeah.
Right. Well, that's it. We said it would be a short show tonight because we do need to get to bed.
I want to show my cup.
Yeah, do that.
Chris, what kind of park cup do you have?
What kind
do
of
you
park
take a refillable bottle?
Do you know what? We've just got like the steel, the cups that keep things red hot. I've just got a blue one of those, nothing particularly fancy.
Well, we had like 3. We had a Pluto one, a Mini, and a Daisy one. But they got a bit scuffed. So I was in Asda the other day, and there was a £5 metallic marble one, and I ummed and ahed for ages. But I thought, and then I saw this one, which was £3, and it's got a handle and a spout, and it's just more practical, and it's got Spider-Man on it. Oh, where's the camera? For listeners, it's a blue plastic Spider-Man semi-transparent drinks cup, and that's what I'm taking with me, Chris.
Cool.
On this trip. So I'm quite excited about that.
Put his tropical flavoured beverages in.
What I'm not excited about is, do you know we need passenger locators to get back into the country after we've been?
What's a passenger locator?
It's a passenger locator reference code that you use to fill out the UK government forms and then download a certificate to get back into this country. We are having an absolute mare trying to get Lucie and Bonnie's. I've been sent mine, but because Lucie's registered the other 2 under Hotmail, the Hotmail doesn't work. And we've asked them about 12 times at this point through online forms, email, calling them up, and they just can't send us these simple codes. So at the moment, I'm really I'm not looking forward to this holiday because I'm just going to be worried about coming back. And, it's going to get to Wednesday and we're going to have to say, you know what? We're just going to have to buy from another company. We're going to have to spend 200 quid or whatever and get some more because this isn't working.
We've already spent £55 each and we haven't got the codes.
This is a company called Oncologica, or you can buy them via Nomad Travel or something. Is it Nomad Travel?
Nomad Travel, yeah.
Don't touch them with a barge pole, especially if you've got a Hotmail account, because you won't get the information you need. Like if I didn't have a Yahoo account, I had a Hotmail account, we wouldn't even know at this point that we were missing 2 important emails per traveller.
Oh, because you've
got. But I got an extra 2. So it's just like we're going away tomorrow, and we don't have the means to get back. Well, I do. Don't know these two.
Can I ask you
Yes.
a question about your holiday? Because I am curious, and I'm not trying to put a downer on things, but I am curious to understand. Because you've booked tickets for your first day there, is that right? And then you're picking up your annual passes.
Yes.
What will you do if you can't get into the parks for the rest of the week?
Well,
I spent a long time looking at this and trying to get reassurance. I had a sneaky suspicion I knew this anyway, but I did have it confirmed that Village Nature is classed as a Disney hotel at the park entrance. And if you're staying at a Disney hotel, you get guaranteed entrance with a valid ticket.
Right.
But you don't need to do park reservations, whether you're an annual pass holder or a day ticket holder, or whether you've got a package.
Really that's good.
That's your pass.
I know.
So
I'd asked you this offline, but I didn't really understand the answer, so that's good. I feel a lot better now. I can rest easy.
I still don't understand. The Dunn family, he's going on a daddy and daughter trip soon. He's recommended C19 as the alternative company, which was £29.
Bargain.
So if we're desperate and we're out there, and if he gets to about Wednesday, we might just do that.
It was interesting after last week's conversation about the costs of things and finding it cheap on the government website, that the government are now clamping down on companies overcharging for these things, isn't it?
Well, that's it. I was led to believe, I'm afraid, Dunn family, that these ones, that they just weren't good, basically. We thought we had some for £20. We spent a long time researching. They're all out of stock, couldn't find them. There was upcharges at checkout and so on. And then eventually Chris sent us an article that just said, and there was an expert saying, if you've paid less than this, you're probably not getting what you've paid for. So that's what made us just go for the £50 one. I'm sorry. Might be wrong.
Well, we haven't got anything.
We haven't even got ours.
So, don't listen to her.
I know, maybe you see, I'm saying this with we've got a company that can't send emails to Hotmail accounts.
So, out of interest, how does this change if and when France becomes green listed, or is it still exactly the same?
I don't. It just means there's less to do going in, doesn't it? I think it's always about coming back, isn't it?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, when you say green list, you mean the UK green list, don't you? Very little will change, to be honest, because you still need to do a day 2 test, no matter where you come from. Right. But it wouldn't matter if you weren't vaccinated. That's what the difference is. If you're unvaccinated on amber, you still have to quarantine. If you're unvaccinated on green, anyone can travel, it's fine. But if you're vaccinated, there's no difference between green and amber now.
Do you know what I'm looking forward to? When you guys come back and do your trip report and tell me how much fun this has all been.
I know, because this isn't, when we've done pre-trip reports in the past, and it's been like, what restaurants have you booked? What are you looking forward to? Which shows are you going to see? Every time we've talked about this so far, it's been grey forms. And I do Disney to not have to deal with grey forms. Anyway.
Lucie earlier said we'll be live in the parks, and Dunn family's asking if we're doing lives by Instagram or Facebook. I don't think you actually meant doing lives. Did you?
No, but I mean, we might. I just don't know how to. I might have a little play around with it when we're there, see how practical it is. But we are going with another family. But we will be live tweeting. Which is what I actually meant.
You're not here next week, are you?
No.
You're not back, are you back? Well, yeah. I've spoken to Lucas, and Lucas says he's prepared to do a show. I've managed to drag him out of retirement.
Yay!
And he said he'll do a show. So we'll come and do something short next week. I don't know what it'll be about, but if any of you've got any ideas or things you'd like Lucas to talk about, I'm going to make him lead it. And I'm going to poke him a lot to make sure he doesn't start falling asleep during the show.
Well, look forward to seeing it.
What are you looking forward to then, guys? Come on, before we wrap it all up, what are you looking forward to? Let's forget about all the bad stuff, because do you know what? You're going to go do something really cool this next week. So,
Mango Whip.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to the studios.
Can you imagine if they've stopped doing Mango Whip?
Don't be pessimistic.
Oh, you had to fill out a form for it.
I'm looking forward to the studios. I'm looking forward to new things in the studios, but I'm also looking forward to peering over construction fences and trying to see how far that's gone. We are going to visit the Art of Marvel Hotel. Even though we're not staying there, we're going to go and have a look in the lobby. We're going to eat there, hopefully.
Nice.
So I am really looking forward to that.
Yes, you have to have, one of you has to have the laughing cow with veg, by the way. I'm just...
I think I will. I think I'll bite. It might be delicious. You know what? There's nothing not to like.
I'm looking forward to Bonnie having a friend, a little friend for the trip.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I mean, we all get along very well together, but it would be nice for her to have a little buddy to sit with in the rides and stuff.
Yeah, that'd be really nice.
I'm looking forward to having a cottage where you can put the kids to bed and then still have life afterwards. Because if you've ever stayed in a hotel room with a small child, you have to turn lights out so they can go to sleep at 7:30 and then sit there noodling on your phone in the dark. And that's it. That's the rest of your evening. So it'll be quite nice to have a living room where we could go and be adults.
John Kimmons is trying the Art of Marble.
Ooh, I'm so jealous. All these people, nearly everyone I know who's going. I think Natasha's going to Art of Marvel. You're going to Art of Marvel. Feel quite left out. We'll get there.
One day.
One day.
Yeah. Also, will you bring me a book back, please?
Yeah, we'll try and get it.
The Space Mountain book. I would like it. I've mentioned it offline, but I'm going to mention it online as well because, you know, I don't want you to forget.
Will it be easy to spot? Is it just a big book that says Space Mountain?
It'll be exactly like the Pirates of the
Pirates and Phantom Manor ones.
Caribbean, yeah. But it's blue.
I know what I'm looking for, Chris.
It'd probably be in the Buzz Lightyear shop, I would think, if that's open. Is that shut at the moment? No, I think it is open, isn't it?
No, I think it's open.
Yeah. Could be there. Might have been. No, it won't be Star Traders, will it?
Oh, it might. No, I wouldn't have thought so because it's all Star Wars in there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably not. Probs not.
We'll see.
Cool.
We shall see. Yeah.
Quick Patreon update.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know we're nearly at the point where we can have this giveaway now? Going on because Patreon's a monthly subscriptions thing, and the people who have subscribed, thank you very much. The next payment goes out on the 1st of September. Now, judging on that, we're going to be about £10 short of our £100 target, which means if we get an extra £10 of donations, then we're there, and if we don't, then the 1st of October we should be. So there you go. We're just about there or thereabouts. How exciting is that?
Just thank you so much, guys. You know, this is it's a hobby and a pastime to us, and it's some of the equipment that we're getting is quite expensive, and so it's just so lovely to have your support. So we were able to try, not today.
Yeah.
I'm going to say so we can improve the quality of our audio.
It works well for us to days like this, though, Lucy. Days like this is when we can just point out how bad things can get sometimes.
To make it better than this. And the week after next, we will all be together in the studio doing our trip report.
Yes.
With proper microphone.
Absolutely will.
It'll be brilliant.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
Honestly, cannot wait.
And thanks for everyone wishing us safe travels.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
If we ever get back.
Right, I'm going to wrap this up then, guys. So thank you all very much for watching. Oh, just one more thing. I've been doing a pack with me vlog today. It's been utter chaos. This isn't one of those nice organised, this is how you ball socks and put it in your... It's just been like ram everything into a suitcase kind of pack with me video. But if that's your bag, I'm going to try my absolute damnedest to upload the footage, quickly edit it together and get it up tonight or tomorrow morning before we go. Maybe. So keep your eyes out for that. That'll be on the channel. And we will see, we as a 3 will see you all in 2 weeks' time. But we will be vlogging from Disneyland Paris. We will be live tweeting from Disneyland Paris. And Chris will be with you next Sunday.
I will.
So you can always tune in to see him and his mini-me. Okay? Thank you all very much for joining us, and see you on the flip side. Bye-bye.
Bye.